Okay, so I went ahead and did it. I ordered the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 FE now that it's available in the US. And you can tell just from the sound of my voice that I'm not really thrilled about this tablet anymore. If you remember, I literally flooded YouTube with videos announcing this tablet. So, coming up to this tablet, I made quite a few videos, rumors, leaks, and announcement, all of that good stuff, because I was so ready for this tablet. And then when it came out in Europe with that ridiculous price, I was thinking, well, it's all good. I just want to get my hands on the tablet. And this was like over a month ago, and it just released here in the US. And here's the kicker. I won't get my hands on this guy until sometime in September. It's like they are going out of their way for me not to review this tablet. Like, I really bought this just because of curiosity. I'm just curious. I just want to see how it performs. Again, as I mentioned, the price is already not appealing, and I'm turned off by the fact that it took so long. I'm now more interested, in other things, actually other things made by Samsung, like the upcoming Samsung event, that's coming up August 11th, with the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and the new Z Flip and all that good stuff, since I'm going to be picking up a Z Fold 3. So I'm more interested in that. This tablet, I'm just kind of like, you know what, it's here. Let me go ahead and just grab one. And you know how I keep things on this channel. I keep things very fair. I typically try to go towards a more value-oriented, device. And this one doesn't seem to be that, but I don't want to make any judgment just yet, but I could just tell you that that price came to the US. I was still hoping for the price to be, less than even $450, but it came at $529. The one that I picked up actually, and here's a funny thing, I wanted to pick up the absolute base model, the 64 gigs with 4 gigs of RAM, but apparently I can't even do that. I tried to order it multiple times, but it kept just kicking everything out. So it forced me to buy the 128 gigs version, which I didn't mind. Again, I just wanted to get my hands on this tablet and really test it out. So I couldn't buy the 64 gigs, the base model, because I didn't really want to spend that much money because I have the Z Fold 3 coming up. Couldn't buy that, so they forced me to buy the 128 gigs. So I figured, why not? But here's the other funny thing. The Galaxy Tab S6 Lite that I have, the trade-in credit for that is ridiculous. It's $100. It's so ridiculous. So it's like, I don't even know if they really want to sell this tablet. I don't know. I know some people were hoping to be able to upgrade from the Tab S6 Lite to the Tab S7 FE, but that trade-in value doesn't look like Samsung. I don't really know what they're doing. That sounds more like a trade-in value coming from Apple. Apple is the company that would lowball you for your device. Samsung typically gives great trade-in values. I don't know what happened here. $100. This device, in terms of specs, just looking at the specs, that's a true mid-range. So if it was just priced right, I don't think this tablet would have the amount of negativity that it's been having lately. I've been on forums, I've watched other YouTube videos, and comment section, just people going on and on, well, more like going off on Samsung because of the price tag of the Tab S7 FE. I'm not a hypocrite because if you remember, I reviewed the Lenovo P11 Pro, and those specs are pretty close, fairly similar to what you have on the Tab S7 FE. Now, I didn't necessarily bash it, but I said that the price tag for that tablet, which at the time was $500, I believe, for the 4 gigs, just like it is the case with the Tab S7 FE, except the Tab S7 FE is $530 for the 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of base internal storage, whereas the P11 Pro was, I believe, 128 gigs of base storage with 4 gigs of RAM. Now, if you wanted to pick up the 6 gigs of RAM, that would have cost you $550. At the time I bought mine, and I know they dropped the price to $400 for the base model with 4 gigs of RAM. I don't know, and you also have to keep in mind the P11 Pro was an OLED display. Come on, OLED display, same resolution, I believe, 2560 by 1600, I believe, versus the Tab S7 FE, which is also 25 2560 by 1600, but this is an IP, well, more like a LTPS, so a TFT display. So a lot of, you know, similarities and some slight differences, you know, larger battery on the on the Tab S7 FE here, and also a larger screen, right? 12.4 inches versus the 11.5, I believe, with the P11 Pro. I don't know. I'm looking forward to this. You know, I'm obviously not going to do an unboxing video because you've seen that. I'm probably just going to do like a first impression and then a full review after a week or so, because I don't think it's going to take me that long to really test it out and see what it can do. But in fact, I might just let my alter ego do this review. I don't know. It's, yeah, I don't know. This was not a great experience. It just wasn't. I just feel like Samsung is not trying to push this tablet. In fact, when you go even on the website, it looks like what they're still pushing is the Tab S7, which you should be going for. I know I keep saying it. Again, this channel here is, you know, a very value-oriented channel. That's why most of the time I would tell you, you know, go for last year's model because you're going to get the best bang for your buck. You know, you're going to get more value off of this. I would tell people don't buy the iPad Pro, the M1 iPad Pro, buy the iPad Pro from last year, the 2021, because that one is also super powerful. Like, I'm trying to make sure that you don't overspend, you don't spend extra money, you know, extra, like a lot more of that hard-earned dollar of yours on things that you don't actually need. So looking at the, just based off the specs, again, I'm not making any assumptions here, and I don't want to, well, maybe it's kind of an assumption. Now, I don't want to, this is not my overall take of the Tab S7 FE, but just based off the specs, when you do just a straight comparison with the P11 Pro from last year, same camera, you know, larger battery than the P11 Pro, but the P11 Pro has an OLED display, you know, same resolution, and I believe even the PPI might even, well, I think the PPI is higher, you know, OLED display, PPI was higher on the P11 Pro. So just in terms of display, you know, granted, that's a different, you know, a different platform, that does not necessarily a different platform, a different ecosystem, not as sustainable, not as robust as what you would get from the Samsung or from the Galaxy, you know, continuity that you have with Samsung here, but still, it's just hard. It's going to be hard. Well, I better find some really, really good stuff with performance to justify that $600 that I'm dropping for this. And again, that trade-in value of $100 for the Tab S6 Lite, I don't know why Samsung is doing this. Anyway, what do you think of this, right? Have you ordered one? I know many people were so put off by the price that they didn't even look at it. They didn't even care when or if it ever got to the US. You know, many of them just figure, hey, I'll just pick up a regular Tab S6 or a Tab S6 Lite. So what do you think of this? Would you go for this Tab S7 FE, or yeah, you're good, you're just gonna pick up a different tablet? Let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna catch you there. I'm trying my best not to be frustrated. I just feel like quite a few things surrounding this tablet have been really frustrating me, right? Anywhere from the price tag to the fact that it's been delayed to now that I can actually order it. Now they won't allow me to get the base model. They're forcing me to get the, you know, 6 gigs of RAM. And not only that, I can't even get the tablet in a short period of time. I have to wait a whole month and a few days just to get my hands on this thing. It's been kind of frustrating. It's just not starting well with this Tab S7 tablet. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to catch you there so we can get that little back and forth going. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I'm going to catch you in that comment section. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. And as always, of course, up until then, stay safe out there.